Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Autonomous Circus, and this is a community update, so prepare to be updated as we watch two computers duke it out on Le Petit as background. So, first thing I want to note is that we have a new version update. For those of you who may not have noticed, we've gone from version 3.42 up to version 3.5. There's a lot that goes into it, but the basic gist, as we see a tower rush from one computer to another, is that dragons are a little bit weaker. They cost a little bit more gold. Spellcasters overall are stronger. Fireball has increased range. The priest heal field actually takes more to be wiped out and heals more over time, lasts longer, and build times are increased. So units that took X seconds now take about X plus 5 seconds, and that's just about every unit in the game. So another thing you may have noticed is that there are editor additions, which doesn't affect most people, but I personally am excited for them. So, in the words of one player, we are slowly but surely becoming more like version 1.951. So if you know anyone who has played any games of that era, then you could try it. It's becoming more and more like it was then, with, of course, the new UI additions and the new unit additions, spells, etc. So pretty cool thing to have happen overall. So let's go on to the next thing, as just red computer's going to get dominated. So ladder path. I got up to 3 episodes of ladder path, and somewhere between the 3rd and 4th episode, I went over to an internet cafe because I'm in Japan. They're everywhere, and I played. I think it was against Dragon Archer Z. Maybe it was Full Collapse again, or someone like that. And I did the house barracks, and it just isn't working. It just wasn't beautiful in the slightest, right? The intention of House Barracks was to be more aggressive before getting the expansion, but there was no way it was going to overcome a tower and someone who had done a more greedy and yet still thinly safe opening. So what I'm going to be doing instead for ladder path is I'm going to be going for 1 barracks, build the soldier, then make the castle and go from there. And we'll talk more about that in a second. So kind of along the lines of ladder path, as I'm going through ladder games, I'm getting frustrated, which is the worst mentality. Like, the worst thing to do is to be frustrated when you're playing. It's just going to tank your ability to play. But I was getting frustrated, and eventually I had some insightful conversations with Dragon Archer Z, or Daz as I call him. And somehow the subject came up of playing as barracks against dragons. It just seems like, oh, the dragons, there's a few of them, and then there's 5 of them, and then there's 8 of them, and you just can't kill them because they have so many hit points. It's just so frustrating to deal with. And thankfully, Yummy Blah Blah, who's still one of the 2 best players in the game, goes ahead and he offers to create a replay, or to show exactly what he does in his barracks play against beasts, against dragons specifically. And it was so cool. I'm glad I got the replay. That's going to be the subject for the next episode of Welcome to LittleWarGame. I know I promised that I would go over some tutorial-centered episodes of Welcome to LittleWarGame, but there are some unforeseen delays in getting up the new tutorials, and if we have new tutorials coming, I don't really want to give out the bad product of the existing tutorials, bad in comparison. So that's what's going to be up. That's going to be the next episode of Welcome to LittleWarGame. Now for something else that's cool. So for those of you who may not know, yes, there's this channel, obviously, run by me, Autonomous Circus, and Zhao has another channel that he runs, that he has guides, and those were linked to the subreddit, and very, very highly looked at, and some people chimed in with advice as per them. But someone you may not know, Slammer4, SLAMMER1V, is a guy who's very, very skilled, maybe like the 3rd or 4th best player in the game at the moment, and sitting comfortably at that position. And he does have a channel where he goes over a variety of things. His openings, he posted recently a win against Yummy Blah Blah. He's got games against Yolo Glaba. He's very insightful and has a lot of good commentary. And I encourage you to go ahead and check him out. The other thing that came out for other videos was Pox. Oh man, this is a funny video. If you haven't, go to the subreddit that you can find up in the top right in the quick links and look for a video by AIMD Pox. And it's something like how to be the best at Little Warcrafts or something. It's the funniest like 4 minutes that I've used in this kind of Little Wargame video I've ever seen. It was hilarious. I loved it. So moving away from that, we're going to go on to the next subject, which is gold rewards. So let's go ahead and talk about who the existing winners for last week were. Matchmaking winners. Those were YOLO Glava, Dragon Archer Z, Yummy Blah Blah, and Vandy. And each of you are going to get 50 gold apiece. Thanks for participating and for PMing on the subreddit. Gold is gold is gold is gold. You get the gold. Goodness, good. So, the other thing we're going to do is give the rewards for the LCG or Little Chat Game winners. And we actually have some changes in the top 5. So, the top 5 are V-Tester, number 1, myself, but I'm not going to pay myself, Jibs number 3, Jordy number 4, and as the computer dominates red over here, the Desert Fox as a new person is now number 5. So you're going to get 100 gold apiece. Another thing to talk about, so we talked about the existing gold rewards, let's go over the new gold rewards. So there are 3 of them, a bit different from last time. The first one, create a guide, either by text or video, whatever format you prefer, that will help new players beat the computer. I've seen so many people say, oh, I don't know how to beat the computer is fighting me, it's a struggle to win against them, it's very hard, I don't like it. So create a guide to help those new players beat the computer in whatever way, form, or fashion seems best to you. The next thing, if you do that, it's 250 gold. First 2 people who do a write-up or a video or something like that. The first 2 or the best 2. Ideally the best 2, but you know, if you're the first 2, you're the best 2. So, another one for Little Chat Game. The top 10 of Little Chat Game will get 50 gold, but 100 bonus gold will go for first place. So, number 1 in Little Chat Game, by this time next week, gets 150 gold, and players 2 through 10 will get 50 gold added there, as the computer tries to figure out how to kill one house. Next thing, win a ladder game with priests and either PM me, Antano Circus, or post on the subreddit. So, you don't have to worry about saving the replay or giving the replay out. All you have to do is PM me, tell me who your opponent was, so that I can check the replay, and if you used priests at all, then bam, 100 gold for you, and that's the first 3 people who do it. So I think that's everything. We talked about the version update, ladder path status, welcome to Little Wargame status, other videos and channels, gold rewards, and the new gold rewards that are being posted. So I think that's it for this community update, because we don't have all day to wait for the blue computer to kill the red computer's house. So, see you again.